thing before I get this video started. I did contact the phone number that was on the website that came up when I scanned the barcode on my washer. I did request some instructions or maybe a diagram or a manual or just anything to help me with this, and was denied. Was advised that this is a technician only install, and so I want to apologize in advance for any people that may get motion sick while watching this video. I wasn't really paying attention too much, just trying to put this video out here to help you guys that were in the same predicament as me. I'm a big do-it-yourselfer. I'm fairly handy, no patience, but I like to try and get stuff done on my own when it comes to stuff around the house. So bear with me, and hopefully this helps you guys out. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to attempt to make a video tutorial on how in the world to get this lower agitator assembly and this upper agitator, or the agitator, whatever you want to call it, out and installed. There is no documentation online, no tutorial videos on this exact model. There's my model numbers. Well, only about, I ordered from Parts Doctor, partsdr.com, and my order total was only about 60 bucks, and about 15 of that was shipping because I needed it quickly. Anyway, here is the lower, they call it the agitator base. That's that order number there. It's funny, it says geappliances.com, but I ordered from partsdoctor.com. And Auger ASM, that's the model number there. That's the upper agitator portion in that long box. Anyway, so I was having a hard time getting this piece out, and well, all of it really was connected in the washer. Actually, it goes like this. The softener stuff sits in there. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to take this out. Here, let me zoom in. This diagram shows some type of a bolt going down. But if you flip it over, this looks like it just slides down on the spline. So I don't know what that bolt is going to exactly, because there's a nut there. A lot of this doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not a washer repair person. Anyway, there's a big blown up view. There's a spline there, which doesn't look like there's a hole for a bolt. I'm not really sure how all this works, so I ordered both parts because I'm probably going to break what's there in the process. So I just wanted to be prepared. This part was only like 18 bucks, and this part was like 24 or something like that, so not a big deal. So I'm going to find out what in the world that bolt is when I get this thing out. I'm assuming, since it's spline, that it just slides on there. Other videos of other GE washers said just pull up. This one would not just pull up. So I'm going to do like one video showed and get some straps underneath and see if I can get this thing yanked off. I don't think it's held on by a bolt. I'm pretty sure it just slides on that spline there, so we'll see. But if y'all are having the same issues I did, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and do a better job. There's a hole on here, which, looking down in the thing, I thought maybe, I asked one guy and he said maybe that releases something. Who knows? Who knows, it might. But if you look in here, it looks like these just turn onto that, but I could not get that released for the life of me. I used all kinds of pliers and all kinds of stuff that wrapped around it, wouldn't let go. So I'm gonna play with that when I get it out too and show y'all guys. So anyway, wish me luck. All right guys, so fortunately I had a couple different smaller straps. This one that's actually pretty decent as far as weight that it can pull or strap down. It's a little bit thicker compared to this. I had a really cheap one I got in some like car kit set or something. It's like super cheap. I almost threw it away, but I'm glad I kept it for this specific deal, because they don't give you much room to slide stuff down in between. I mean, it's tight and it's sitting down in there. If you can see that, I had to kind of push it down with this little tiny flathead screwdriver. I've got to push it down, and I've got to kind of make it taut to get it underneath here. But I did pull this part out where you put the fabric softener, and as you can see, it's sealed. So I couldn't get this piece off. I used the pliers I was talking about earlier. This is really for an oil filter, but it's got some teeth on it. I could not get that thing unstuck for the life of me. So anyway, get the strap under here, and then see if I can yank this thing out of here. Stay tuned. All right, so I've got a total of 2 straps. Got one side coming on there to there, and one side coming from there to there. I'm gonna pull up on the center, see if I can get this thing loosened. Hopefully it comes out in one piece. We'll see what happens. Some pretty good force, and the sides are flexing, but this thing is not budging. So I'm wondering if that bolt does actually have something to do with it. So what I'm gonna do, this center plastic thing, I'm just gonna drill through it and look down in and see if I can see a bolt. All right, so I have drilled a hole down through here, and lo and behold, look at that. If you can see that, it's a freaking bolt. So the diagram does not lie. There's a bolt. It's right there. As you can see on this camera snake. Well, I guess the next step is a sawzall, because I cannot get this thing undone, but I'm gonna just sawzall the top off. I want to keep it intact because I want to figure out how to take these two things apart so I can share it here on the video. Alright guys, there you have it. So this is interesting. I sawzalled from the center because I don't have a bit big enough. All I had was a step drill. I didn't have a, you know how you like can cut out doorknob holes or whatever. I don't have one of those, so I just use a sawzall and just kind of splicing it apart. And kind of cool thing happened. This thing came out, which actually kind of worked out better than I wanted to, because this part down here is still intact, which I want to show you guys later, and hopefully how I can get that apart. So if you'll run into this issue, maybe I can help get it apart easier than me. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm going to take off this top part so I can get down to that bolt down in there and get this thing off here. Alright guys, I got all that junk sawzalled out of the way. I know it's not pretty, but I don't really care at this point. I'm just ready to get this junk out of here. Alright, so now you can clearly see the bolt down there. If I can say clearly, it's kind of dark, but let's see if I can zoom in. Alright, there's the ugly bolt that's keeping this thing tied down. I'm really hoping that, I don't even know what that bolt's connected to because it doesn't make any sense, but I'm hoping that it's super simple, that it's just a quick unscrew and this thing pulls out. Hopefully it doesn't attach to anything underneath this, and I just opened up a huge can of worms. That's kind of pretty inside when you shine a light. Anyway, so stay tuned. This is what gave me all this trouble. Using an 11mm socket, and it fit like a glove, so I'm thinking 11mm is correct. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to just pull this thing out and see how hard it is. Just using my hand to start. Oh my gosh, you gotta be joking me. Are you joking me? Look how easy that is. Look, 2 fingers. Slides right up, off. I literally had both hands pulling with all my might. I wouldn't say all my might. I didn't want to snap something, so I was slowly adding more and more pressure, but I knew something was wrong. I knew that bolt had to be holding in there, so sure enough, all this trouble with that tiny bolt. So anyway, I'm gonna get this thing out here, see if I can easily remove this part from that part, and show you guys how to get that off without having to do all this junk right here. Luckily, this part was only 18 bucks, and I had a feeling I was going to have to do this to get it out of here because I had no clue what I was doing, and there's zero documentation online on this specific model. So hopefully this will be a big help for y'all guys. And I'll be back. Alright, so here's what it looks like underneath. Ah, that's where the bolt goes into. I knew the spline came up, but that diagram isn't clear that there's a hole through the middle. That's unfortunate for me. Alright, so here's why I needed to replace this thing. I'll show you. I accidentally left a piece of metal, a tool in my pocket. It was like a razor blade cutter tool thing. And I left it in my pocket, and when this thing was in spin cycle mode, it just ripped a chunk out of this agitator base. Unfortunately, it didn't rip up any clothes. The actual guard on the razor blade was intact, and it actually, the whole thing was bent and like folded over on itself, so this was a hard impact, which is kind of cool, but it cost me $61 to repair. But hopefully my loss is your gain. Hopefully this will save you some time and money. Maybe not, but maybe it'll save you some time researching, because I researched for quite a bit. They said that this specific model requires a technician for this specific repair, and I say it does not. If you are halfway handy and have some cool tools, I got to give a big shout out to Ryobi. I've had some of their tools. I've still got my original drill and flashlight from 12 years ago, 13 years ago. Yeah, almost 14 years. Original drill, still kicking. Puts off a little smoke here and then, but anyway, getting off topic. Alright, I'll be back. Guys, I've got a confession. I'm an idiot. No. Maybe. But what I realized was, I'm like, what is holding this stupid thing on here? It's driving me nuts. And I'm like, there's a hole here. On the outside of this thing, there's an indentation here. There's a thing there. There's a thing there. I'm like, these symbols aren't on here just for fun. They've got to mean something. Well, I went back and looked, and I already knew that these catch onto these when you slide it on here. And I'm like, what is holding these things on here? So there's little back teeth. I'm like, I'm never gonna get this. What I failed to pay close attention to was the fact that those stops are on every other one. Meaning, when you squeeze the outside here, it expands the plastic on the other ends. See how it's getting fatter when you squeeze? Not a whole lot fatter, but just enough to make a difference. So then my wife was like, yep, those indentions there line up with where you're supposed to squeeze. So there's indentation. I'll show you on the new one. I'll spin it around. So there's an indentation there. Spin it around. An indentation there. So you squeeze right here and then twist this way. Squeeze and twist. It's still not easy, but definitely doable. Let me see if I can do it with one hand while I'm videoing. This is probably a bad idea. I'll see if I can do it again with videoing. So I'm going to squeeze. You guys squeeze pretty hard and then twist. And it pops right off. How dumb is that? I mean, it's smart, but how dumb is that I couldn't figure it out without all that damage. But like I say, guys, the whole point of doing this was to demonstrate how to do it so you don't have to go through all this nightmare and almost breaking your washing machine like I did, because I refused to believe there was a bolt even though the diagram showed there was, just because of all the other tutorials out there for other GE models said, no, there's no bolt, you just pull hard. Well, I pulled hard and I knew something was wrong, so hopefully this will be good for y'all guys, make it a lot easier and faster for y'all to get this done. So with that being said, you don't have to buy this part. I bought this part because I already knew that I was going to destroy this one because I don't have any patience and I'm very stubborn. So I was like, this thing's coming out of here whether it likes it or not. Had a good experience with Parts Doctor. This whole project that, you know, I'm videoing for y'all guys would have taken 10 minutes had they emailed me just a quick diagram with some basic instructions that I would think a 12 or 13-year-old could knock this out if they've got enough arm strength to grip this, because all it would have said was reach down into your dryer. You gotta find the things, but reach down in your dryer, squeeze here, twist this off. That will reveal a bolt that you'll need an 11mm socket to unscrew. Unscrew that, pull this up, pop the new one in place, put the bolt back on, snap on this part so I didn't have to buy one of these, and you're done. The end. That would have taken maybe 10 minutes tops. You know, so that is what it is. I understand. Hopefully this will save you guys a bunch of headache. I actually had fun doing this because the thought of just saving some of y'all guys some time and energy, and plus any excuse to get out the Sawzall is always fun. So anyway, good luck and God bless.